For this next question, we'll start with you, Ms. Ma. Do you believe the current level of funding for K through 12 education is sufficient? Should the legislature increase funding for education? You get 60 seconds to respond.
Well, I think we all know the courts are going to answer that question, but since we know that when you include inflation, funding for our schools has been basically flat since 2009, I'm pretty sure the courts are going to come back and say that we have not adequately funded K-12 education. When you look at what we're spending now on basic state aid, which is about $3,800 and some dollars per student, that's barely more than it was 10 years ago. You know we're not keeping up. And it's very important that we fund our schools adequately so that they can give each child what they need to be successful.
Mrs. Pollenkamp.
My concern about the question regarding funding is the fact that there's currently no clear, measurable way to determine whether or not it is accurate or adequate. Somehow the boundaries need to be set. I'm not sure of the best avenue for doing that. The court seems to be inclined toward not being too specific in what it requires, and that's probably appropriate. But at some point, the legislature possibly needs to be the one to somehow set some clear boundaries so that we know when enough is enough. And until then, we really don't know whether it's adequate or not.